Good morning, everyone. I am Briana. I am living here in Shenzhen, China, and I'm going to take you around and show you what my day looks like. Roll the intro. Okay, there's no intro, it's just me. I'm finishing getting ready for school. It's about 7:20. I need to get out of here ASAP, but I'll take you along and show you my way to school and tell you a little bit more about my life here. Okay, I thought while I was walking to the metro I could tell you a little bit more about me. Like I already mentioned, I'm Briana. I'm living here in Shenzhen. I've lived here since August 2022, so I'm still pretty new to the city, but kind of established in my routines and things. I'm originally from South Florida, but I've lived all over the southern United States, and now I'm living in South China. There's a lot of construction going on around me. And here's my walk. Okay, we've made it to Guantian, which is my metro. Right now, it's like a 10 to 15 minute walk to my school, depending on whether you ask me or the Maps app. Sorry, it's a little backlit. I'm gonna pop a question box up here so that you can ask me questions, and I'm heading to get some breakfast. I'll probably go 2 places so you can kind of see my options here. Eat it.
没有了，那就行了。
你好。拜拜。Okay, so I usually have to get to work by 8 o'clock, but I don't really have classes usually until 9:30 at the earliest, usually 10:30. Today my first class isn't until 11:10. So I just have a nice quiet morning. I'm gonna eat my breakfast, and right now you might be able to hear they're doing their morning exercises. I might show you a clip of what they have to do. But yeah, I'm gonna enjoy the breakfast I just got. So I have the saibao. You might have heard her ask me 1 or 2. Usually I get 1 or 2 depending on how hungry I am. Recently, like last week, I started getting this changfen. I actually had it for the first time in Yangshuo, and I really liked it. And turns out it's actually a very popular Guangdong dish, but I just was kind of scared to go see where they had it. But finally, I just asked this place that looked like they had it, and they did. So I've been getting it for breakfast on the other times. Okay, I wanted to show you my office really quick. This is my desk. And there's the schedule I just showed you. So quick rundown about my school. I work in a public school. I teach middle grades 5, 6, and 7. I work with an agency. If you've heard anything about China, you've probably heard that there's like training schools, agencies, and international schools. I really like my job. Like I mentioned in the previous story, I only see my students once every 2 weeks, which is very wild, but it works out. Before I came to China, I did teach in the United States. I taught high school English and US history at a school in Alabama. I actually did Teach for America, if you've heard of that program. And then I worked in finance for a little bit, and now I'm back teaching. I wanted to come teach in China and teach abroad in general because I just wanted a chance to live abroad before I kind of quote unquote settled down, whatever that means, in the United States. So I think China is the only country I'll teach in, but life changes so quickly, so who really knows? I mentioned that I see my students every 2 weeks, so my prep isn't super involved. I teach the same lesson for 2 weeks and then I change it. This semester I'm trying to do like an upper level and a lower level just to kind of scaffold a little bit because the English levels in my class vary a lot, and I have about 50 students in a classroom, which is wild to me sometimes. And I just want to try to make sure that everybody understands what I'm saying because that helps the behavior in the class. It's about lunchtime, so I'm going to head to lunch and show you what I'm eating. So after lunch we usually have a 2-hour break. You can go home, take a nap, do whatever. I usually go to a coffee shop or a tea shop or take a nap in my office. On Wednesdays it's a little different because my company has a meeting every Wednesday. They're supposed to. I haven't been to one, so usually it's professional development, and I'm gonna go professionally develop at a coffee shop that I really like around here. Do you need to be fluent in Chinese to live and work in China? No, you don't. But will your life be infinitely easier? Absolutely. There's people who have lived here for years and get around without knowing any Chinese. It's really important for me to learn, so I'm trying my best to learn as much as I can while I'm here. So now we're in Futian. This is where the coffee shop is. For a little more context, I live in Longhua, which is above Futian, and I work in Guanming, which I think I'm right on the edge because it's very close to where I live, and that's even further north. So Futian is one of the main downtown areas, as well as Shekou. It's not really downtown, but it's where a lot of expats are. So I'm heading home from the metro station. Once I get home, I'll give you a house tour so you can see where I live, my apartment, and then I have Chinese class. Okay, I just got in. I am going to show you my humble abode. So once you walk in, you're in the kitchen immediately, which is unfortunately across from the bathroom. I do have a Western toilet though, which is nice, and a Western shower. It's kind of dirty, so there's my shoes. This is my extra pantry stuff, my little table, my living room area. I love my view. It's super nice. I can see forever. So then you go upstairs. Okay, going up the stairs, we have this is a bedroom technically. Bedroom. This is where I take my Chinese class, so I'll be back in this room in a second. We have this storage area. I wanted to turn it into a little reading nook, but I didn't. And then we have my bedroom. I don't really use the closet in here. I have this little space, and then I have my view again. I really like my apartment. I'm thinking about being at a different school next year, but I don't want to leave this apartment, so I really want it to be close to this place. My apartment is 5,000 yuan a month, which when I first moved was like $700 USD. Now it is around 740 just with exchange rate. So I've mentioned in passing that I can speak just a little bit of Chinese, but I am learning to speak it. So I took 1 semester in college. That barely counts. When I first got here, I took an HSK1 class at our university. It was an online course. And then I also have a Chinese tutor. And I still have that Chinese tutor. I'm about to go to class right now. I'm going to see if she can wave and say hi. And then I'm also going to be taking a group class. I know that I function better in group classes, but sometimes like the HSK levels, it's like textbook language, right? And textbook language is a lot of times different from how we actually speak. So that's why I really like having my Chinese tutor, because I asked her to kind of teach me survival Chinese, and that's the Chinese that I use most of the time. So for me, what is it like teaching abroad as a woman of color? No matter where I go and no matter what I do, I'm going to be Black and I'm going to be a woman. I mentioned feeling really safe in China, and I do feel really safe, and that's awesome to just be able to walk around and not have to like look over my shoulder or feel like I need to carry around something to protect myself. As a Black person, I get a lot of stares. I get stared at all the time. People wanting to like touch me or take pictures of me, and that is annoying. But I mean, a lot of the things that could happen here happen everywhere in the United States. Whatever country I go to, I'm gonna be in this body. So it's just kind of like you just have to decide where you want to deal with it. Really. So it's getting to the end of the day, and I just wanted to talk a little bit before I left about why I chose to live in China. I was really excited about the idea of teaching abroad, but when I was first trying to figure out, I didn't know exactly where I wanted to go. I had it narrowed down eventually to China and Thailand. And honestly, people asked me why I came here, and something was just saying, Briana, you're supposed to be in China. I wanted to learn more Mandarin, so that helped. And when I was just choosing places to teach abroad, I knew I wanted to go a place where I could save a lot of money, and I wanted to get in a place that was very different from anywhere I'd ever been before. Before coming to China, I had never been to Asia, and it's been a lot to explore and learn and discover, and I've really enjoyed my life here so far. All right, everyone, I think that's going to be it for me today. I really enjoyed getting to take over ITA's Instagram, and I really liked getting to share my life with you. If I missed one of your questions, or if you want to see more about my life in China, ask me anything, you think I'm cool, you can follow me on my Instagram, Briana is Going Places, and I also have a YouTube channel, Briana is Going Places, where I'm just sharing my life and the things I'm learning along the way.